My name is Martha. I'm a sexologist in Singapore and my company is called Eros Coaching. In 2014, I set a few goals which I publicly announced, and one of them was to read 200 books by the end of 2014. I have to say that I'm well on my way to accomplishing this goal, but this video is really about me sharing my top 10 favorite books that I have read from 2014, which I think you should be reading. So these are my top 10 books that I'm recommending to you for 2014. The first one is by Jallen Rix, and he is actually my ex-schoolmate, and his book is called Ex-Gay No Way. In his book, he talks about his journey of going through conversion therapy, believing that being gay is really a bad thing, and he talks about a lot of his own research, his study, and also his personal journey. In his book, he also interviews and talks about some of his friends who are also gay like himself. And this book is really enlightening for me because it's written not from just an academic or theoretical basis. It also is from a personal perspective. So I would say it's actually a really good all-rounded book, and it really helps you to understand, as somebody who is straight, especially what it means to go through those kind of experiences. It helps, it might help you, the reader, to have a lot more empathy and understanding of what's going on. You know, we don't really look out for such books, but I would say that this is the one book that you should really read about this subject if you want to have a more educated, well-rounded understanding of what really goes on. So this book is number 10. And number 9, we have the book Wild Feminine by Tammy Lynn Kent. This book was published in 2011, and he has a lot of exercises with regards to the womb. And it is a big part of a woman's sexuality. It's not just our womb, there's also the ovaries, there's also our vagina. So this book is just full of exercises to help a woman connect or reconnect or embrace their sexuality completely and fully. It's a big part of our fertility, of our femininity, and of our power as women. So I strongly recommend this book, and it is at number 9. I recommend this to women, and to the men who love them, you can actually support your partner by doing the exercises with her. So at number 9, the book Wild Feminine. At number 8, we have the book Women Who Run With Wolves that was published in 1996. This book had been recommended to me many times by several people, and I couldn't find it in the local library. Finally, I decided to order it on Amazon, and I started reading it during my personal retreat, and I just could not stop crying at every single chapter. Every single chapter, every single page really struck a chord in me, and there was a lot of healing and shifts that happened within myself with regards to my relationship with myself as a woman. It is a must read for every woman and for the men who love them. This is really a very spiritual and profound book. It is not an easy book to read at one glance. It's just full of insights, and this is an evergreen. You're going to not regret reading this book, and in fact, you might find yourself being drawn to this book at several points and at several times of your life, because we are different at different times in our life, and so the book is so rich and deep. It will give you a very different experience depending on who you are and where you're at that point. So I truly recommend this book, but it's at number 8. At number 7, we have the book by Anissa Vinti, and it's called Woman Code, published in 2013. This book is just full of information that I didn't know before about what actually is happening inside our bodies. It is very much linked to our diet, and this book talks about how it affects our fertility, our hormones, and how we feel about ourselves and our bodies. So anybody who's interested in their sexual health or general wellness really needs to be reading this book, and it's really related to more women's health, all women should read it, and the men who love them could read it to help support them better. So this book is at number 7. At number 6, we have Money Magic by Deborah Price. This book was published in 2003, and I like this book because it not only clarifies certain misconceptions that we have with money and therefore affecting our ability to have money in our lives. It also has different exercises that will help you to really delve deeper into your relationship with money. So you might wonder why this sexologist is talking about money when really my subject matter is sex, because these are the two topics that often creates a lot of problems for us as adults, sex being one of them and money being another. It is important that we have healthy relationships with both of them, with money and with sex, so that we can be healthy and lead big and full lives and have lots of joy. It is important to have money in our lives, because when you have money, then you can actually use that to take care of the people around you, support yourself, and also be able to contribute and help more people who actually need your help. So with that, this is at number 6, Money Magic. And number 5, we have the book by Danielle Laporte, and it is called The Desire Map, published in 2013. This book is like a workbook where you go through the exercises to find out actually what feeds your inner joy. And our desires, I've learned recently, is a big part of what fuels everything that we do. If we don't feel like doing something, then really if we just do something for the sake of doing, or we do it from a place of should, we're not going to get the magnetic results that we want. So our desires are actually extremely important, and the book The Desire Map helps you to really go on this journey to find out what your deepest desires are. It's a well worth investment of your time and perhaps money to go through this book. And number 4, we have the book The Artist's Way by Julian Cameron. It was published in 2002, and it really is more of a workbook where you go through the different exercises over a period of 12 weeks or 3 months. I have to say, I did all the exercises, I did the morning pages as well, and it's really shifted me as a person, as well as acknowledge the creative side of who I am. It's really freed out some of my inner wounds, and it's also helped me to feel much more liberated and be more creative in my personal and professional life. I truly recommend this book to all people, even those who don't think that they are creative, because really where we allow our inner child to come out and play, we have much more joy in our lives. And this will allow us to be creative in other areas in our personal and professional life. Whatever job that you are in, you may think it does not involve creativity, you'll be wrong. There are elements of creativity in everything that we do. And so I really recommend it, because I want you to be happy, to be joyful, to be creative, and to be fuller person, so that you're just much more integrated with all that you are, so that you reach your fullest potential. So at number 4, we have The Artist's Way. And number 3, we have the book Conscious Dating by David Steele, published in 2006. I read this book because David Steele is actually one of my teachers. I am training under his organization, Relationship Coach Institute, and I'm learning more about how to also help my clients in the area of their relationship. I was surprised, however, to read this book, because I've read many dating books, and this book impressed me. It is probably one of the most comprehensive relationship dating books that I've ever read in my life. And if you were to read one dating book, I really have to recommend this one. Not because he's my teacher, because I've read many books, and this is one of the most comprehensive books that you can get in dating. It has exercises, and it also guides you through crystallizing in your head, within yourself, what are the qualities, the things that you're looking for in your ideal partner. It really is one of the best. So I recommend this to you at number 3, Conscious Dating. Number 2, we have the book The Magic. This book was published in 2012. However, this is really no new thing to us, because it's really based on the movie and the book The Secret, on the law of attraction. How do you attract more of what you want into your life? And the magic formula, according to the book, the magic is gratitude. So it's just full of exercises on how you can bring in more abundance, more joy, more money into your life through gratitude. So I strongly recommend this book because it's just practical, it's useful, and it really starts to help you shift your perspective about the things going on in your life by having more gratitude. More good things will happen, because if you're not even content or happy with what you have, then where is the flow going to happen in your life? So it totally makes sense, and I strongly recommend this book, and this is the reason why it's at number 2. At number 1, we have the book The Charge by Brendon Burchard, published in 2012. This book is no longer Brendon Burchard's newest book. He has a newer book out. I like The Charge because it talks about his own journey, about having lost and rediscovered his charge, what makes him feel excited and purposeful about life. It is important that we figure it out for ourselves if we are not leading purposeful and passionate lives ourselves. The book is separated into different exercises, and I like some of the exercises. In fact, I shared some of them in a previous video, and I hope you get this book because it will help you start to feel more excited about life and have a more exciting life. So this is the reason why The Charge is at number 1. So I hope you enjoyed this little video talking about the top 10 books that I have to recommend you from my year 2012. So this is based on all the books that I read in 2012. They're not necessarily my favorite books, but these are definitely the top 10 books that I would like to recommend you if you're interested to read these books. So in the meantime, I hope you keep following my work and keep supporting me. I hope you have a great 2015 and check out what else I have in store in 2015. In the meantime, keep loving, live life fully, and stay lovely. This has been Martha of Eros Coaching.